We got a lot of crazy stuff to go over today. We're going to start off with the Jordan restocks because that's the most urgent thing to discuss. That already started today and it's going to continue for a couple more days. I got some more details on that. But also today we got a lot of crazy news, including a potential Travis Scott scratcher drop, just like what we saw recently. So first of all though, before we get into that, which we'll discuss later, we got to talk about these Jordan restocks. If you guys recall, not too long ago, I explained to you that we were going to start seeing some pretty big Jordan restocks very soon. I made a sneaker updates video a couple weeks ago where I was discussing this because they were allocating a lot of stock specifically for these restocks. Usually that is an indicator of a Jordan reserve when they're planning something like this. It looks like they're starting off with Nike app restocks. So it's very likely that it's only going to be strictly on the Nike app, but it's also possible they might save some of the better shoes for a sneakers reserve. Right now, it's not 100% confirmed if they're going to do that or not. But what is known for sure right now is that they're going to do more Nike app restocks for the next couple of days. They already did it today on the 22nd. They're going to do it on the 23rd as well, and they're also going to do it on the 24th, all at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So the first two shoes that ended up dropping were Jordan 3s. It was the Jordan 3 Black Cement and the Jordan 3 Black Cat. Both personals. Beautiful shoes. I love them both, but obviously not profitable. Jordan Brand knows they're not hype, so they know they could just drop them on the Nike app. When it comes to the more hype shoes, the profitable shoes, the big deal shoes, I think they would more likely than not save those for a Jordan Reserve restock. So I wouldn't count that out just as of yet. Obviously, all I know for sure is that they're going to be restocking a lot of Jordans. Hopefully, we see that in the form of a Jordan Reserve restock, because that would mean that we're probably going to be seeing some good ones. And they did accidentally today just load a Jordan 14 on Nike sneakers, so that could be an indicator that a Jordan Reserve is in the works. It's not confirmed as of yet though, but when it is confirmed, obviously I'm going to post all the early info inside of my group Endurance, as I always do, which you could join with the link in the description to make sure you're 100% prepared for it, just like you were prepared when it came to the big shock drop we just saw for the SB Jordan 4, which was an absolute massive cookout. Everyone had the early info for it. We were the only ones who knew they were going to be doing something like this, and we had the link for members, so it was an easy cop for everyone. We were able to cop all the big sides. But anyway, besides the point, before we get into more possible drops like that we're going to get into soon, we got some other big news. Also, sorry about my voice. I have COVID right now, but I'm still delivering these updates to you guys because you guys are my priority. Now, the next big thing we got to go over is that the Jordan 1 bread, the band Jordan 1, if you missed out, you're going to get another chance at them. Well, not exactly. They're apparently going to be coming, not apparently, they are going to be coming back in holiday season this year. The rumored date is October 18th, so that could make sense if they drop on October 18th, but the date isn't known for sure. Now, this is a new stock keeping unit. This means it is a completely different shoe. It's supposed to be a bread Jordan 1, but with the new stock keeping unit, that means there's going to be some changes to it. And some people are also speculating that based off pattern, Jordan Brand might decide to drop 21,000 pairs of these. In general though, I would expect there to be much more stock than what we saw initially, just the 10,000 pairs. This pair should definitely be a lot more produced. It would make sense from a marketing perspective. You know, you drop the first one, much more limited, creates a ton of hype. You drop the next one and it's got more stock to it. But anyway, what we know for sure right now is that it's holiday this year. It's going to be dropping for $250. I would still expect them to be profitable, but not to the degree of what we saw on the original Jordan 1 band, because those were limited to just 10,000 pairs, or at least that's what was being claimed. I explained that I don't think it was exactly 10,000, but that's a whole nother topic to get into. We're not going to go over that today. But yeah, this Jordan 1 bread is supposed to be a little bit different. It's not going to be exactly the same. I don't know what change they're making. Maybe they're going to decide to put an X on the back. We'll see. Next up, the Jordan 4 White Cement already dropped early. Did you miss out on them? Well, don't worry if you missed out, because this wasn't the real early drop that I've been talking about a couple weeks ago. We still should be seeing that, obviously, the early sneakers shock drop. Obviously, when it comes to that, I'm going to post all the early info inside of my group Endurance. Again, join with the link in the description for all info on kinds of drops like that. But they actually dropped early at Ben's Chili Bowl. This is something similar to what they did on the Black Cement Jordan 3, where they dropped early at Scar's Pizza with the cemented in history theme. I think that's a really cool idea. I love that they do things like this, you know, getting active and giving back to the local communities. I think The first 50 students who showed up there with a valid ID were able to purchase. Think that's a fantastic idea. Jordan Brand, keep doing stuff like this. I love it. You know, real people who really want these shoes get a good chance to cop this way. But aside from that early drop, these are having their full drop on May 24th for $225. Expect them to be profitable, and don't overestimate how much stock there's going to be on these, because Jordan Brand's been slashing stock this year. I would expect these to follow the same pattern. These are not going to be easy to get, guys. We also got an update on the Jordan 6 bin, which we recently discussed. It's a pretty important series to collectors, people who, you know, genuinely care about collecting the sneakers, not just wearing them, but keeping them as collectibles. We just got details that these are going to be dropping for a retail of $350. I know it sounds like a lot, but for a bin Jordan, it does kind of make sense. They're supposed to come with, you know, the best craftsmanship, you know, high luxury materials. Really frustrating that it's going to be that much money, but I would expect them to resell for more than that still. Anyway, they're dropping in spring of next year though, so we got a while. We also got a date for the CSEF Nike SB Dunk Low. These are going to be dropping on May 3rd for $135. I would expect there to be enough demand on these to be just about lunch money to brick profit on the very large sizes, but nothing too crazy because retail is a little higher at $135. They will sell out for sure, so don't sleep if you want a personal. And it's a very nice sneaker. A lot of detail went into it. Gotta love that from Nike. Now, for all you guys who've been collecting sneakers for a long time, as I have, and you have a place in your heart for Nike basketball, you're gonna love this. The KD6 Peanut Butter and Jelly is returning. Very nostalgic shoe. They're gonna be coming back sometime in 2026 for $140. Not only those, but we also got the KD6 All-Star returning. These were both bricks when they dropped, and they're gonna be bricks again. Just personals, but from a collector's perspective, someone who's been in the game for a while, you know, these being hot, you know, when I was a kid in middle school and seeing friends walk around with them and now seeing them drop again, it's a nostalgic thing to see. So yeah, I'm pretty happy that these are dropping again. Even though they're gonna be bricks, I don't really care. I'm probably gonna try to get a personal. Now, finally, we gotta get into all these rumors about the Travis Scott Scratcher. So, just to clarify, it's just that, rumors. Now, a lot of people are speculating because he teased it in a way where the image was kind of blurry and it was on his Instagram story. It would make a lot of sense for Nike to do a big scratcher kind of drop, just like what we saw with Eric Koston when he dropped the SB Jordan 4 via his story. It would make sense, like they tested with a smaller audience with him, and now they're about to do it with the massive audience with Travis Scott. All of that makes complete sense, and it's a very, very educated guess. I'm not disagreeing with it at all. I could definitely see that happening, but there is no 100%, you know, like leak or whatever. There wasn't any, you know, confirmed info that created this rumor. So unfortunately, that is not something that is set in stone. I would tell you guys if it was, but I will say it makes a lot of sense. And for all we know, by the time I finish recording this video, I might get word, hey, there's something happening soon. That might happen, and if it does, obviously, I'm going to post all the details inside of my group Endurance. The link's in the description if you want to join. I'd highly recommend it because we do more than just sneaker reselling, and it's a very good time to get into stock investing right now too. While there's a lot of fear in the market and everything's been going down, it's a good time to start learning more about the market and dollar cost averaging in. We do a lot more than just sneaker reselling, so if you want to just, you know, consider looking into productive side hustles, try checking it out. So just to clarify, when it comes to this Travis Scott Scratcher, it's just that. It's a rumor because it makes sense. Travis Scott teased it on his Instagram story with a blurry image. It would make a lot of sense that he drops a Scratcher this way. But that's all it is. It makes a lot of sense, but there's nothing confirmed. There's nothing set up yet. I would know, but there's a chance it gets set up tonight. There's a chance it gets set up tomorrow. But all these rumors that you see circulating, it's just people making educated guesses, and they all make sense. So stay alert, but there's nothing confirmed yet. When it comes to those Jordan restocks, though, those are happening. I mentioned the details for that earlier, so make sure you stay alert for that too. And all the details for everything is going to be posted inside of Endurance. Obviously, have a great rest of your day, and good luck on all these drops.